it's harder for working class communities to see the good policies that Greens have for working class communities if they can't actually see working class people speaking those policies. And I think it is why in places like Govan, for instance, where, like I say, it's a working class community represented by a working class councillor, and I see the connection that Dan Hutchison has with his constituents in that ward. I see the relationship building that goes on there. I see the communication that goes on between him as the councillor and his constituents, and I see that with other councillors in Glasgow in particular. And I think this is it. Is that I think the Greens absolutely have an image as a middle class party, and I think that a lot of that criticism is totally fair, particularly when you look at who some of our representatives are. I think it is important that we start electing more working class voices for the party, and I think it's exactly as Niall says. I think it's that connecting with local communities, and I think that's why the Greens' greatest strength, both in terms of internal democracy, which, don't get me wrong, has a massive impact, but the general population, I don't think, actually care about any party's internal democracy unless it makes a really, really good headline. But it's the grassroots of the party that I think can break that electoral ceiling, because it's the grassroots of the party who are the ones knocking on the doors.